Welcome back, everybody, to BG Addict for our playthrough of Pool of Radiance as we get ready here to go to the kobold caves, clear that out. Um, going to go ahead and look at our equipment here to make sure everything is ready for that. It does contain one of the toughest fights in the game, so we want to make sure everything is just right. Um, let's Okay, these potions of extra healing, what that is you can use it to heal yourself or to heal an adjacent party member. So we want to make sure those are kind of spread out. And then the potions of healing, they're just to heal yourself. So we're going to give those to our magic users. We should be good. We do have a lot of platinum there. Let's try to let's do something about that because weight's going to become an issue if we don't. Let's go down to shop here. Just go in this door. We don't want to go to this shop. We want to go through the door to the back. The office in the back of that shop. And that's a jewelry store. Okay, so let's pull. So much we got. We've got 1,394, which would be what, 5,000, about 5,600 gold. Could buy a gold scarab. Okay, and let's share the rest. So now we're just a tick below 1,500. Okay, so let's share. Alright, that's better. So we'll do that before we head out. And alright, so we're gonna go to that's the east. Alright, so we're going to stay here. Right there you can see kobold caves marked on our map. Okay, so we gotta fight these trolls. We're gonna let them come to us. And there you see why guard the guard function is so handy. All right. Memorize all our spells after we heal up. Okay, let's save just in case we have a crash and we're off again. Hopefully, we don't run into anything else before we get to the cave. Surprise a group of trolls that may run off. Yep. Alright, kobolds. Okay. Again, cast all our heal spells. Okay. Can't. Alright, let's look at our equipment again. Let's. Okay. Let's trade one of these. See if that's. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's enter the caves. We're going to go in the large entrance. No, we don't want to leave. Just got here. There's a steep rubbled slope. Will you go up? No, not yet. Before you lies a huge wyvern that rises up and charges. This is a dangerous enemy. Can poison. Okay, so let's. We need to. Probably should have done this before we went here, but. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so we survived that. Okay, we're in search mode. Oh, found some treasure. Items. Two magic user scrolls. Okay, and then share everything else. That's one thing that makes this dungeon a little bit of a hassle is the fact that it's a lot of silver, a lot of copper. Hidden in the air crevice is an old crippled kobold. It croaks weakly for water. What do? We'll give it water. You give it water, it crawls out and tells you its tale. You record it in the journal under journal entry 20. Journal entry 20. Told in a pained voice, we just got the cut through the beastie's lair when I injured my leg. King decided there wasn't much use for me anymore and made me a proposition, though. Said if I went to the lair and brought out the treasure, he'd feed me till I stopped breathing. Best deal I had. So they tossed me down here. Not being a fool, I fed out for the deepest hidey hole. Thankfully, the beastie was asleep. I could still move real quiet when I must. Anyway, there hasn't been much of an alarm. Then drunken Ferd must be on watch at the rock. He's the king's son, so he ain't here with me. Worthless sot. If he's there, he got less brains than a fermented rat. Just act officious, and he'll take you to the king. Wouldn't mind hearing of that tyrant's demise. You seem just the types to do it now. Okay, so after it's done, it leaves. What do you do? We'll let it leave. Killing it's not going to do a lot of. Don't think it's going to help us a whole lot. Okay, so let's clear out these idiots. And your movement's hampered here due to the size of the caverns being so low. Low ceiling. Alright, so let's try to sweep these guys as much as we can. Of course, it would help if we could move more than one square. Okay, so let's head over to the rock here. There's a steep rubble slope. Will you go up? Yes. You dislodge a number of rocks. A drunken kobold lies here. What will you do? We're going to wake it up. Which is the kobold mentioned in that little journal entry that we picked up. He looks confused. Oh, the envoys. Do you wish an escort to the king? What do you do? Yes. Then follow me. Kobold pauses, idly taps on the wall, then proceeds. Kobold pauses, idly taps on the wall, then proceeds. These are all traps that you're avoiding. Okay, the kobold calls out. The envoys are here, Great King. An aged voice replies, send them forward. Your guide, however, has fallen into a stupor. Okay, so let's. Here, crude tables littered with bones are scattered around. In this room is a young woman, barbarian finery. Is a young woman in barbarian finery. She drops kobold. She was strangling when she sees you. I am Princess Fatima. The princess continues. You recorded in your journal under entry 16. Told in a proud, haughty voice. I am a princess of a tribe of nomads to the northwest. My father is an old fool. He wanted me to marry King Al Rashid to cement an alliance. I had more important things to do than to be tied down to an aging monarch. When I marry, it shall be to someone who has the same taste of adventure and the same skill with the sword. While father was insistent, his subjects supported him, so I left to seek my fortune. Kobolds have been raiding our tents upon occasion, so I headed this way. If I could end the threat, then I would have more leverage with my tribe. However, 2 nights ago I was ambushed by these worms, knocked out and bound up. I finally got myself untied a little while ago and was working my way out of these when the buh. I finally got myself untied a little while ago and was working my way out of these caves when you showed up. It's late. Started this episode a little bit late tonight. She offers to join your band. What do you do? No, we're not going to join because we're full. We've got two NPCs already, and we can keep those. We can't keep her. Once you go out of the cave, she leaves, and I have not figured out a way to keep her beyond that point. I really don't think it's possible. She smiles, so I shall cut my own way out, and then good hunting, she leaves. Okay, so let's move forward. This was a prison cell. Broken bindings and six dead kobolds are strewn on the floor. Kobolds bowl out of nowhere. We'll just let them run away. We can't move fast enough in this cave to really catch up with them. And we really can't rest here long enough to memorize spells or anything. Okay. You're in a crude barracks. On one wall is a crude map. You record it in your journal under entry 28. Okay, so it is a picture. Entry 28. A crude map burned into animal skin. It shows a map from the kobold caves to the nomad camp. That's what it is. And we already know the story behind that. Okay, so let's go here. We'll save just in case we have a glitch. Alright, and then we're going to go through this door. I think, let's make sure we've got everything the way we want it. Let's look at our armor classes. Paris has short bow equipped, or actually has a two-handed sword. We don't want that. we want a little bit extra armor class. And then we can change that if we need to later on in the fight. Now we're going to be in this room. We're going to be facing. This is one of the tougher battles in the game. Probably, I think, the toughest battle from here to the end of the game. Um, let's see here. Let's see what items we have. Let's trade that to Marlin. Trade that to Marlin. Potion of speed. Let's turn off search before we. If you leave it on search and then you go through the door, some of the spells buffs will wear off just by traveling one square. So you want to make sure that you have that turned off. Okay, so let's cast. Oop. Thought he had bless. Or prayer, I mean. There we go. We'll go ahead and cast prayer. With Sylvia, we will ready the potion of giant strength and we'll use it. Ready the potion of speed and use it. And I think we're ready. Before you use a horde of goblins, behind them are 2 men and ancient kobold on a wooden throne. One says, these men are enemies, defeat them, my lord shall be most generous. As the king something motions them to attack you or something. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start with a let's start with a fireball. Hopefully she can get it off before that troll moves. Use. Ready. Nope. Cast fireball. Off the scroll. This is where I told you to save that fireball for. Now, the fireball, it'll affect when you center the cursor on the map. It'll hit everywhere, but whoops, the bottom corner, bottom three square, or I'm sorry, the 3 squares in each corner of the map. So you can get a good idea of where it's going to hit. That's about as good a spot as any. Let's go. Center there. See. Okay, so that's a better spot because it'll hit those 3 trolls. Should. So if you have a magic user that's not capable of not high enough level to cast fireball, you can give her or him a fireball scroll. She'll be able to cast it. Okay, so got another one here. We're gonna cast it right there to hit all 3 of those trolls and those archers over there. Okay, so the ceiling's a little bit higher here, so you can go back to your normal movement. Alright, so let's take down those trolls, of course. Okay, that went well. That first wave. Share. Pool. Let's see. Share. Exit. The king, frothing at the mouth, cries, use the secret weapons, ballistas, ballista appear and fire. Okay, so we're got boars this time. Alright, so let's use ready. Nope, it's not the one we're looking for. Ready, use. There it is. Cast. Okay, we'll be safe there. Bottom three corners, the bottom three tiles in the bottom right corner should be missed. And when you kill a boar, it gets back up. You have to get it down to 0 hit points. get those boars down as quick as we can. They're not as dangerous as the trolls, but they have higher hit dice than the other most other mobs. So you in the game, so you want to they'll have less difficulty hitting your characters than say these scrub kobolds will. Okay, take a chance. No, you didn't hit me. Good. So we can probably quit combat here. So we'll cast a heal spell on Durton. Okay. Okay, so we're all done with that wave. Share. Nope. The Minsneer and the king and one other says whatever. Finish the fight, I think. Something to that nature. Cast. Use. See. Use the fireball. Center. Center. Okay, there we go. That's a good spot for it. Cast. Let's see. Not sure. See, movement's only 3, so let's go ahead and cast a stinking cloud. Cast hold person. Cast it on the king and the envoy. There we go, got both of them. Move Sylvia up. Cast. No. Use. Unready that. Let's ready the wand of magic missiles. Use. Use. Okay. Let's cast a detect magic. Two-handed swords. The king has escaped during the fight. Okay. So if you if you watch some of the other YouTube videos, you'll see most likely the first time they try this fight, they wipe and maybe wipe two or three times, even with maxed out stats at 18. If you strategize and plan beforehand, you won't have that problem. You just have to you just have to plan and use your items to the fullest of their ability and make use of some of those items that you found previously, like the wands, especially the scrolls of fireball. Don't scribe your scrolls, scribe your spell, your fireball off that. Learn fireball when you level up and keep those scrolls. It made that fight pretty much simple. Not really that challenging. Let's see. So we need to heal up. Start with the lowest hit points first. At least our frontline fighters. Camp. Memorize. Prayer. The stinking cloud. Okay, sleep. Stinking cloud. Fireball. Cure light wounds. 5 whole persons. Okay, cast. And you can rest here just long enough to memorize your spells. And that is it. So you have to cast, rest, cast, rest, cast, rest. And I suggest fully healing up your party here before you move on. Let's see. And you can probably see why I recommend Cleric Mage at this point. She's been pretty handy. You can make it on just Durton and not having a cleric in the party, but having two is, with one being a player character, is usually a lot easier. And if we didn't have Skull Crusher, we could have taken Princess Fatima to help us there. But like I said, you can't keep her past the cave, so kind of makes her not quite as useful. Not as good an option as Skull Crusher. I've always liked Skull Crusher. Okay, so we're done. Let's save so there's no chance we have to do that fight again. And now we can go back on search. Secret door. You reach the king's quarter and confront his guards. Okay. More trolls. Skull Crusher. cast. Let's see what we need to get a little bit closer. Not the best place to cast from, so let's do this. Let's leave our shield equipped. Let's ready the magic missiles. Okay, she's got a little better angle on them. And they're coughing, they get a penalty to hit. Let's cast Fireball. That's going to be a little better spot. Casting that at non-humanoid creatures. Don't need that. Let's ready our darts. Cast a whole person at a troll. Okay. Alright, another tough fight down. Okay, we're gonna search. Let's try picking that lock, see what happens. Bash. The king panicked, has fallen into his own spike pit and died. What an idiot. Okay, so we found the kobold's treasure. So we're going to pull gold, take items. Okay, so some of that stuff we just not be able to take. Five, not sure why you'd want it. 25 dust covered boots. No. Just magic user scrolls. Okay, share. Okay, you see that 47,000 copper. Um, we don't want to carry that. Let's pull, take money, take our jewelry, platinum, gems, platinum, gold. We'll take the electrum. Just not worth taking the rest of it because it'll weight you down. Hmm. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Stay in search mode. You see a brass bottle jammed into a crack here. What do? Pull it out. As you pull it out, the stopper comes loose and smoke bellows out. I am Ifriti Samir Awal. You are not my master, are you? Perchance vampires? What do? No, we're not vampires. Fools, summon me only when vampires are present or something like that. Let's see. So we can take an Ifrit bottle. And we all know that they hate vampires, so that might come in handy at some point. Okay, let's cast some heal spells. Rolf got a little dinged up in that last fight. Okay. Camp, magic, memorize. Whole person. Stinking cloud. Sleep. Stinking cloud. Fireball. Okay. Alright, so let's work our way out of here. Our ruined ballista lies here. Same thing. Same thing. All of our fighters can level up, except for Rolf. Some more ballistas in those rooms. Rats are hung here to age. Moldy roots line piles. Kobolds eat rats. I would assume. Journal. Let's see. You find a pile of mine tailings. In it is a kobold's crude drawing. You record it in your journal under entry 42. Let me look that up. Entry 42. It's just a cross, a cross sketch drawing of shows the cave with the wyvern asleep, and shows where the treasure is, and shows where the rock is, shows where the traps are. It's showing days to dig, and it's marked off on the map. Nothing very useful. I think it's supposed to be cute more than anything else. Disarm the trap. Cross over a pit. A kobold approaches, waving a white flag. The kobold bows and says, "You are quite dangerous. We will pay for a truce. What do you do?" Kill it. Okay, so we got hit with a trap. Tried something new there. I didn't know what would happen. Unequip that wand. We don't want to waste our charges on these kobolds. Not a major deal. Okay. Go back into the King's Hall. Oh, come on. Going back to the fight, the King's Hall one, that was when I was young and first started playing the game. That was probably the most frustrating fight in the entire game. And what I realized after quite a few attempts and learning the mechanics of the game a little bit better was the only reason I was struggling. I just wasn't doing it right. There is a few things to remember that just make it really easy. Very. I don't think I ever wipe in that room anymore. If you go in there with some magic use 11, 12 dexterity, you're it's gonna be hard to survive that. Fireball spell on top of that. So even if you can get off a fireball spell, those archers might hit you before you complete casting it. So you have one fireball spell and you lose that one because you get hit while you're casting it. It's frustrating. And it's frustrating because you don't know during character creation how important dexterity is. So you just roll up a cloud and you think, well, 14 dexterity, that's okay. But then you get to a fight like that where you can't even get past it, and you've got 10 hours into the game, which I think is about where we're at, probably 8 to 10 hours, and then you realize that it's caused you to not be able to get past a fight. That's frustrating. but it's a mistake you won't make again. Okay, so Rolf is not that good at disarming traps, I can tell you that much. He is good at sweeping kobolds, though. He's pretty good at getting hit, too. Skull Crusher. Certainly wouldn't have sent him to that one square. A lot easier, a lot faster. Just click the quick combat key. Okay. I am sure we've got a ton of copper by now. And this is the way out through the small cave opening. Yes, we won't leave. We had enough of that smelly place. Surprise a group of lizard men. I do not want to fight lizard men right now. Alright, we're going to take the boat. Let's look at Skull Crusher. Okay. He's got gold and copper. Let's go into the temple. Yes, we want healing, and we want to drop that gold. Take. Let's share. Okay. View. Drop. You have to do this every once in a while. Get this gold off of these NPCs, and then once you share it, and it won't go back to them. It'll be split up amongst everybody else. Okay, so that was fixed. We're gonna drop Skull Crusher, not drop. Correct. Correction. Remove. Remove. Okay. Go back out. Let's go to the shop first. Spool. Buy darts. We didn't really need to do that. We could have just identified these scrolls. these two-headed sword +2. Sell the silver mirror. Sell the silver brooch. I don't think we need copper braziers. Okay. Share. Let's pull because we've got three characters here that's ready to level. Take. Take. Let's sell this piece of jewelry here. Drop. Take. Okay, and then we can share. So now we're good. Exit. Magic scribe. Go through all these. Scrolls here to get all these spells scribed. Okay, we're all healed up. Save. I've already read CCIV proclamation, I believe. At your entry, the council clerk begins looking through a stack of papers. Before I can offer any commissions, must see if you are due a court reward. The loss of the kobold forces will be a major blow to the enemy. Here's your reward. Just gold and gems and such. Okay, so we still have the rivers pollution. The tribal lizardman is prepared to join the enemy. Prevent this. The heir to the House of Provence must be rescued. He will pay generously for his safe return. And that's all the commissions we have. We didn't try to give Sylvia those. Actually, okay, so she's not gonna level, so we'll go ahead and do it. Magic scribe. There's another fireball. Okay, there's a couple there she can scribe. Okay, now we go level up. Go to the fighter trainer. Okay. Marlin 16 Constitution. Maximum hit points would be 58. 54. That's okay. We can live with that. Paris's Constitution 16. His maximum hit points would be 12, which would be 51. 45. It's not great. Um, Roland's maximum is going to be 10, so his maximum will be 48. 42 is not that great. So that's it. Durton's getting very close. Let's see how close. Let's see. So one thing I'll go ahead and mention: cleric's maximum level in this game is 6, and I think half elves are maxed out at 5. I want to say. Um, so he's almost at his max level, and I think he levels up at 28,000, maybe, possibly. Okay, so we're gonna add Skull Crusher back into the party. Okay. Don't really want those two-handed swords because they much better armor class with the one-handed weapons. And our mages are damage dealers, not our frontline warriors. Let's see. Skull Crusher might not be a bad idea to give one of those two-handed swords to. Might as well, because we got 3 of them. Yeah, his armor class is still 1, even with two-handed swords, so that 1881 strength. 1d10 plus 6, that's a lot of damage, so I think we'll just do that. Okay. So, nope. I'm gonna go right here to the entrance of the docks, where I typically like to save. Save in 3 spots. Okay, so there we are. I think that's going to wrap up the episode for the night. And when we come back, we'll probably knock out the Sorcerer Islands map. That's the origin of the pollution on the river that's causing so many problems. We've been tasked with eliminating that issue. So we're going to do that. Um, we'll do that when we return. I just wanted to thank you for joining me tonight for this episode, and I hope you have a great day.